Why Chelsea?
Why not? I mean, there was the opportunity. There's one of the biggest clubs in the world, in the most competitive league of the world. It was the moment, and it felt like we should absolutely not miss the chance to be part of the Chelsea family and to compete for titles with the best managers and the best teams. So that was a pretty easy choice.
Does it concern you at all the club's reputation for getting rid of managers quite quickly?
Yes and no, but on this level where I'm absolutely grateful that I can work on this level, it's like this. If you sign in for Chelsea, you sign in for the hunger of titles. You sign in for being absolutely competitive in every competition you play. I'm totally aware of that. It is like you said, but it does not scare me. We have big ambition. Me myself, I have biggest ambitions. I'm very excited about the mixture of the team. I'm very excited about the structure of the club, and the first days were amazing. And I'm absolutely aware that at some point everybody expects results, but honestly, I'm doing that of myself all the time.
You're an extremely experienced coach. You've won many things. You seem like a nice guy. Are you concerned at all that there might be a fan backlash? Because Frank Lampard is obviously a legend at the club.
Yeah. A fan backlash, I don't know. I hope not, because that would be hard on the team, because we need our supporters like any team, and in a stadium like ours, and in a club like ours, like Chelsea, to have the fans so close and so close behind the team, it makes really the difference. I can absolutely assume that it's a big disappointment for the fan base to see that Frank was sacked. I have, I said this in the first statement, and I can only repeat, I have the biggest respect. I was a huge fan of Frank as a player. It was a pure joy to watch him play and to see him, how he played, with what personality he played. He was one of the key figures to demonstrate in 90 minutes what Chelsea is about intensity, about devotion, about winning mentality. And so I have the biggest respect for him personally and for his legacy. It just got bigger when I received a message today in the morning, and to a personal message to wish me all the best, and maybe meet in the future when this is possible. So honestly, nothing has changed there. But in the last 72 hours, the club made clear to me that this is not my fault, clearly not my fault, and I cannot change the situation for him. The decision was made, and I was handed the opportunity. But I mean what I say, like before.
Just a final question from me, if I may. Obviously, there's a little bit of a time to go now before transfer window closes on Monday evening. From what you've seen so far, are there any gaps that you need to fill in the squad?
No, and it's hard to judge for me right now, because we have now one game, 2 training sessions. I'm very happy with what I see so far, with both trainings and the game yesterday, the performance, the attitude, and the talent and potential. I think we have, the squad is not too big. Right now we have N'Golo Kante came back today, so we have 22 players plus the goalkeepers. That is, regarding our program with 3 competitions, absolutely not too much. I have the feeling that right now is the guys deserve to be trusted, and I want to trust everybody. If a possibility comes along that we all agree on making us stronger right away, and okay, we will not hesitate, I'm sure, but it's not like we have the absolute need to do something. Absolutely not.
Moose, Talk Sport Radio.
Hi Thomas, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm fine.
You're the 5th German manager to manage in the top 5. I look at some of the others. David Wagner was successful with what he did with Huddersfield.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've had Jurgen Klopp massively successful, Daniel Farke successful at Norwich. What for you is going to be success at Chelsea?
Well, in the end, and the club makes this very clear, in the end at Chelsea, it is about results. It is about results for us as managers. We always try to bring in performance, to bring in like develop players, to improve players, to increase their value, like also as seen as strong performances. And but in the end, like I said, I'm very realistic. I'm in a club whose DNA it is to win and to win, go for trophies. And I'm here to challenge every trophy we play for in the competitions, and that means that, yeah, realistically, this year it's the Champions League and it's the FA Cup. To speak now about the Premier League title there are too many teams in between us. This is not realistic, and we will just lose the focus if we start here. But our job is also about relations in the club, and relations, of course, with the team, and to push everybody to the limit. And success is also to make the stadium happy. People should be excited to come to Stamford Bridge. People should be excited to watch our team. People should be excited and feel that the team plays with a special kind of energy and atmosphere. These are also the soft points of success. But in the end, we don't need to talk around a lot. At Chelsea, you play for trophies and titles.
Do you think it's coincidence that you're German and that Chelsea need to get the best out of Timo Werner and Kai Havertz? Or am I being very cynical if I sit here and say that's one of the reasons why you were chosen, because and Chrissy Pulisic, but maybe those two?
Yeah, hopefully they talk. If it's like this, then that means they talked good about me, no? I'm not sure, but maybe it was not the biggest disadvantage in this moment. Maybe is that people can rely on that. I love to work with young guys. I love to work with guys from the academy, and we have a lot of Chelsea boys here in this squad, and we will push them to the limits. Yeah, but it was, like I said also yesterday, it was a bit strange. I step up for the first time in the middle of a season, one day before a match, and you do the first meeting, and you already know 4, 5, 6, 7 players, because of course maybe they're German, maybe I have worked already with them or at least spoken with them, so that made it a bit easier for me. But hopefully there were some other reasons than just my nationality to be coach now.
Last one, Moose, please.
Last one. I don't know if it's true, so it may not be true, but I read somewhere as a young boy, your favourite club in the Premier League in England was Tottenham Hotspur. Is that right?
Oh, you're really digging deep, huh? No, I just yeah. No, but I want to be very honest, because we played the EuroLeague game with Dortmund in Tottenham, and everybody there was very friendly, and I just explained it. When I was young, there was no daily match live on the TV. There was no daily match live from Bundesliga. So what I could actually see was 1-2 minutes every 4 weeks. And suddenly a club like Tottenham Hotspur came across in our sports broadcaster once every 4 weeks. So suddenly I heard the name Tottenham Hotspurs, which was very, very sounded like a big adventure, and gave me a big advantage on playing with my friends, because they had no idea where that club was. So, and I talked about that story, and I was young and needed the money. Huh? No, but I was young, but that was one of my first experiences. I did not even know that it's a club from London, but now I'm absolutely aware that I work for the big rivals, and you can be very, very sure that we do everything to beat them next week.
John Southall.
Hi Thomas, John here from the BBC. Nice to meet you. How challenging is it to take over a club with a challenge like this in the middle of a season, especially a season like this where there are so many games coming up in a short space of time?
Yeah.
You might not get the time you would like on the training ground.
Yeah, big challenge, because it is like you say, and we miss the supporters and we miss the energy. But it's not only the supporters that we miss. We miss also, for me, it's crucial to create a certain, a special atmosphere and a bond on a daily basis here at Cobham Training Ground in the dressing room. But due to the COVID situation, we have a social distancing rule here. So at the moment, we're using three changing rooms. For our team, we cannot be in the gym or everybody together at the same time. We have to, and for me, we cannot do the biggest celebrations in training when we do a 6 against 6, and all these little details that you maybe normally don't talk about and don't think about, they make the difference. Like also, they can make the difference to create a certain bond and a certain glue between the players, and to create an atmosphere that you step into a dressing room and that you can really feel it, and they are choking with each other and they bond with each other and they are like arguing with each other. That does simply not exist. And at the same time, of course, the biggest impact are the empty stadiums. And then, like you said, everybody is like, it affects everybody also on a personal level. So some players are a bit more scared than the others, more worried about parents, about grandparents. This is a huge thing to deal. And and we deal on this now and step up in the middle of a season. Yeah, but at the same time, like I said, there was no time to overthink it, and maybe that was good. And the outview on to be part of this adventure was too positive, and I was too hungry to hesitate. But it's a big challenge for sure.
One more, please, John.
I think I'm right saying that you know Pep Guardiola reasonably well. Have you spoken to him at all about the Premier League, about the challenges that might throw up? Because I think of all the leagues in Europe, this is the one where everybody seems to be able to beat each other. We saw last night with Manchester United.
Yeah, absolutely. I spoke with Pep a lot since he works here. I followed, of course, the Premier League very closely from Germany and from France. This is absolutely clear, because this is the benchmark of leagues. We could see yesterday on a physical level, on the level of athleticism and devotion and a completely different level that we are used to. I love it because it brings out the best in us coaches. I love it because it brings out the best in our players. I truly believe in that. And for me personally, this is something to step up and to compete against the best coaches in the world brings out the best in me, and I want to be ready for that. And I'm very positive about it, and it's a big challenge.
Lindsay Hooper.
Hi Thomas.
Hi.
Lindsay, Premier League Productions. You made 3 changes for the game against Wolves, and you brought in experienced players, Giroud, Azpilicueta and Jorginho to start. I wondered whether fans should read much into that and the direction that you might want to go in.
No. That was, first of all, it was a totally unfair lineup, because I had no reason for any of the players who did not start. I had no reason why they did not start, because everybody deserved, because we started from 0 and the training before was excellent. So I made the choices for a little bit more experience, because I thought that if a club like Chelsea changes the coach in the middle of a season, a new coach steps in one day before the game, it's the 9th place. There are a lot of teams. I did not know how it affected the young players. I opted for a bit more experience tomorrow, and to put this weight and responsibility on the shoulders of the more experienced players. Not of any trust issues, and if you know my reputation, and if my last clubs, I will push every youngster to be ready. And what I saw also today in training from the guys who did not play, I have absolutely zero doubts that we have 20, 21 players who are absolutely ready to play for Chelsea in Premier League and win games for us. Nobody should read too much into this. We have to. This is like we have to get known to each other, and we have to do this in the middle of a season, and so that was the reason, but nothing else.
Nick Purewall.
Hi Thomas, thanks for your time. You said great news that N'Golo Kante's fit.
Yeah.
You spoke briefly last night about how excited you are to work with him. Where do you see his best position? Because obviously he's played in loads of different roles in midfield, and he seems to fulfil them all well. But where do you think you'll best?
I think he's the strongest on the double six in the center, in the heart of the game. Gives him a little bit more freedom than he plays a single six, what he can do. But I like he's for me not his strength is not to be the to care. Turn it around. For me, he's a double six because we can use his energy, and we can use his range, his volume in his game, his ability to recuperate and recover balls everywhere on the pitch. For me, he's a guy who's a big helper for everybody, with a big potential, with a mentality of a helper, of a water carrier, but at the same time a world-class player who played a crucial role in the World Cup win for France, and that's why it's super important to have him. And for me, the double six is the best role for him, because it gives him a bit more freedom than he plays the single six, which demands a bit more discipline on the position and maybe cuts his wing a little bit, but I'm sure he could also play there.
Okay, we've got time for two more in this section, then we're going to move on to the dailies and finish with Sundays. Carrie, one question for you, and then we'll go to Raphael from Germany Sky.
Hi Thomas, Carrie here from beIN Sports. I have to ask you two questions in one then, apologies. Just to follow up from Lindsay's question, your assurance to fans then that the academy players that Frank has showed such faith in won't be punished. You know, Mason Mount was captain in the match before we had started in the last 10, creating more chances than any other player. There's some concern. We know it's not, that it was a punishment. Of course, we know it's not. And I'd like to get your opinion on Billy Gilmour, because we know how much you like the metronome in defensive midfield, the Verratti style play. Everyone very excited about him as a player, some concern he could go out on loan. Your assessment of all that, please.
Of Mason and Billy.
Yeah. And why you chose to leave.
It was just, I wanted like I said, I can only repeat, I wanted to take the weight off their shoulders. Of course, when I told them they're absolutely sure they can handle the weight, okay, I have no trust issues, but I wanted to give the responsibility in this special moment to a bit more experienced players, and have them in hand to be have them in hand to have strong guys also from the bench. There is nothing to worry about. I like what I see from Mason so far, from his personality that I get to know now since 3 days, is amazing. Such a nice guy, such a competitive guy, such a lot of talent. And the most important, every game I watched so far, he leaves his heart on the pitch. He cares for Chelsea like 100%, and he gives the 100% he has every time he plays. And this is the best basis for a big development, and I'm very, very happy to have him around, and I will not stop pushing him, and I will not stop guiding him, and I will not stop trusting him. This is absolutely nothing to worry about. For Billy, the same, in a different personal moment for him, because he didn't play the biggest role like Mason did in the last week. So maybe the decision yesterday for Mason was the toughest, and we spoke about this in person. And for Billy, I have a good impression. He is a very strategic guy. The very, very high level of game understanding. Very, very, very good in the first contact. Very, very clever in positioning. We see if he has the physical level on highest, or if he can compete in the center of the field in the most physical league in the world. We will see that, but he is super quick. He is super fast with his feet, super fast in decision making, and very, 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 very good in positioning, like I said. So for me, we have right now 21, 22 field players available, play in 3 competition. There is absolutely no need that we have to get rid of players.
Last question in this set.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.